let's talk about World Truck Simulator. What's World Truck Simulator? Okay, well, let's take a step back from that. So you've got Euro Truck Simulator being made by SCS, and I can see a speed camera, so I'm slowing down. You've got Euro Truck Simulator. This is 2, Euro Truck Sim 2. Now, for reasons which I can't really explain, they are working on a coach simulator. The guys at SCS are putting resources into creating a coach simulator. I have no idea why. For me, what they've got on their hands here, they've got a gold mine on their hands. People love this game. But people are asking for more. People are asking for more trucks, bigger maps, and more importantly, multiplayer. That's what they're asking for. And what are SCS doing? Well, they're trying to solve the maps problem. They've currently got a few guys working on making it so that the maps are modular, and more than one person can work on different areas of map and they can just combine them. So if you like, segmenting the map, creating sectors for it. I'm going past it, I don't care. And that not just allows their guys to work on pieces of the map at the same time, but it also means that it opens the door for mods, to mod authors to create, for example, this mod here. This is an extension to the map which has to effectively overwrite what's already there, which means it then means your save game file is bound to this map mod. Now imagine if they could just, because the map was segmented with sectors, you could come along as a mod author and just create a new sector, a new Africa sector, and just drop it in, and the game would go, oh okay, that's a new extension to the map, that connects into these particular roads here, off we go. And then another mod author could write one for Scandinavia, and you could drop that in, and suddenly you could have Africa and Scandinavia as map extensions. Yeah? Essentially that's the kind of thing that SCS is working on right now, but because they've completely... What the hell is this area? You get these random things in the middle of the road in this map. It's quite odd. I have no idea what that is. It's just some office block. Because they have redone the way that they are segmenting maps up, they've got to go back and retest everything. So they've got to retest all of their maps all over again, which is, you know, fair enough. It's a fairly significant undertaking. But they only have to do it once. More worryingly is they're using that, and you know, they've got 2 new trucks. They've got the Iveco Stralis. I think they've got a new Volvo coming, and I think what they're going to do is some of the trucks are going to be available in a free update, which is wonderful news. But I think the map extension, they're going to extend the map, and that'll be a DLC. That's my understanding right now from what I've read. But they do keep changing their mind about things, which is all good. I mean, that's great. Why they're not releasing the update? Why? This game is... It's not been patched for about 3 months, I think. Maybe more. And we need some extra content. We need new stuff to look at. So I'm kind of disappointed with the infrequency of the updates right now, but they're saying it's because of the maps that's doing it. I'm hoping we'll have something real soon, because I need some new content from SCS on this game. I want some more trucks to play with. I really want to get past this dude. It's not going to happen though, is it? Now, World Truck Simulator, which is something they've mentioned, SCS came out in a blog and basically said they've reiterated their long-term support for this game. In other words, they're not just going to go off and that will be the end of Euro Truck Sim 2. We're just going to have a Euro Truck Sim 3, and then an American Truck Simulator. They've finally cottoned on. I'm not going over there. They've finally cottoned on to the idea that the direction they should be going in is to make one trucking game to rule them all. Yeah, and I like the sound of that. Now, hopefully they're watching and listening, because I have a lot of ideas. These guys want to get in touch with me. They can just email me and I'll talk to them about this. But I've got ideas for this game, and I'm sure you do too. And if they actually get in touch with me, I could collect a bunch of ideas from you guys and send them all over to SCS, and that would be awesome. But World Trucking Sim, what about this? So obviously that game is going to be all about, you know, truck driving all around the world, not just in Europe, not just in America, but all around the world. Can't freaking wait for that. But what about the trucks? You know, are we going to be able to drive the US rigs? Are we going to be able to drive the Australian rigs, the European cabs that we've got, the cab overs, all the wonderful and varied trucks that we've got across the world? Are we going to have access to all of those? I hope so. Are they going to bring out map extensions for Australia? Oh yeah, are they going to bring out road trains in Australia? You know, the multi-part trucks, the multi-articulated stuff. For the love of God, I really wish they did. Are they going to bring out the US rigs and being able to drive all across America? Yeah, all across the states. Wonderful. Will you be able to drive down into South America? You know, into Cuba and Bolivia and Peru and Brazil. Can you go all down there? The environment changed. I mean, they could put weather systems in. So the environment changes. You went up into Canada. You'd have these wonderful mountainous terrains and snow and ice. And then when you went down to South America, you'd have kind of, it'd be raining a lot. The jungles, you'd see jungles everywhere. There'd be really tight, horrible hills, those kind of horrible little dirt tracks that they cut out the side of steep drops in the mountain. You know, the really dangerous things. They could put them in. Brilliant. It could be so challenging, this game. So I want them to work on the weather systems. I want them to work on maps all around the world. They could do DLC for each country. They could have just one game. So they could start off by taking Euro Truck Sim 2 and saying, right, if you bought that, then we're going to give you a 75% discount off World Truck Sim. And what we're going to do is upgrade you to this game called World Truck Simulator. And all it really is Euro Truck Simulator 2, but we've added some more trucks and more of Europe, perhaps, you know, the rest of Ireland, Spain, Scandinavia, you know, just add that stuff into it. And make it a new game, but one that is then open for expandability. So then they come on later and they start to update it with some more trucks. Then they start bringing out DLC for it. So they bring out a DLC for you know, the whole of North Africa, or perhaps just Africa itself. So we have a DLC that you can buy, and it just adds Africa into the game, like this here, but it adds the whole of the continent, integrates it into the game. So you can buy World Truck Simulator, you start off with Europe, you can then buy DLC for all of Africa, then you can buy DLC for North America, you can buy DLC for Australia, South America, you could go into Russia and China. Do you see where I'm going with that? They can make this game that they can drop DLC content down for as they build it, but they need that initial game first. While they're doing that, they should be going out right now. They should be going out and getting venture capital, because they've got a game on their hands here. They really do. Get some venture capital, and you know, it's just occurred to me, looking at my fuel then, because I went past a fuel station, it just occurred to me that I made a really good move getting a 4x2 truck with a massive fuel tanks, because, you know, I've got tons of fuel and I'm going to need that because I've got a 1,000-mile journey. That was a good move. They should be getting venture capital right now and getting a team of guys that know how to build multiplayer games, you know, the whole back-end stuff. And they should set to work right now making this a multiplayer game, because that is what everybody wants. A lot of people as well have asked, you know, if it's available on console, so they've got a potential market there on console. Oh, this is going to look awesome, isn't it? It looks 4:30 AM in the desert and the sun is coming up. That doesn't get any better than that. Epic. This is the moments I would love if I was trucking. They should be building multiplayer right now. They should have a team of guys who are already experienced in doing that kind of thing, just dedicated to doing it. Run that in parallel with the team that's building World Truck Sim. can the whole coaching simulator. They're building a coaching sim, and I don't know why. Just get rid of it. Nobody wants it. We want trucks. You know, coaches aren't even articulated. They're boring. You just get different styles and colours, and then you transport people. That's it. That's all there is to it. With this thing, you can build trucks from around the world with it, all in different physics. You know, put proper physics in the game, put multi-articulation points in the game so that we can take, you know, tandem trailers, and then people will build all kinds of trailers. They could go a step further. They could make it so that the mod authors can develop mods and put them in the Steam, is it in the workshop? So that you'll be able to go into Steam and just look for mods on there, and you'll be able to vote on them. So if they make a really good mod, somebody makes a really good truck, like a Peterbilt or a Kenworth or something, and it's a really good truck. It's well modelled inside, lots of detail, the engine sounds are great, the physics is spot on. People vote the hell out of it, and then, and this is the key bit, they can buy it. Yeah, microtransactions. So from within Steam, you could say, I really want to get that Kenworth. That's going to cost me 99 cents. I'm going to buy it from within Steam. It'll pull it down and it'll just install it as DLC into the game. Job done. Microtransactions and mods, everybody's a winner. I mean, sure, people will just charge nothing. They just want to give the mods away for free. But it opens the door for really good modders to create high quality mods and actually get some money for it. Do you see what I mean about this game? They've got such an amazing thing on their hands. But multiplayer is the killer. That's the killing bro. That's the coup de grace for me. Because if they can bring multiplayer into this, and yeah, people have said to me, yeah, but Squirrel, you know, there's going to be loads of guys trolling in that. Like, you're driving your truck along here, another player comes the other way in his crappy little Renault, and he just has a head-on with you because he thinks it's funny. Yep, I totally agree. What happens next? Well, you report that. You report that as abuse, yeah? Multiple people will then report that guy because he's trolling people. And what happens? Treat it a bit like Dota, yeah? If you're in Dota, you join a game of Dota and it queues you up on the server, and when you're in a game, it's considered really, really bad form if you quit. You quit out the game halfway through, it just screws everybody else's game. The rest of your team is screwed. They're going to lose. They get pissed off. So they downvote you. Yeah? They say, you're always quitting. What does the game do? It starts to notice that you keep quitting games. It starts to downrank you. It starts to match you up in servers, match you up in games with people who do the same thing. So, over time, as you start reporting trolls in Eurotruck, in World Truck, yeah, for bad driving, for troll and bad behaviour, over time, the game starts to move those people onto servers with like-minded people. Conversely, if they started building things into the game where you could help other people, you know, so that you could offer other truck drivers advice, you could form companies. Like, I could start a company, Trucking Nuts, you guys could join it, you could come and drive for the company. You know, if you go around, you see somebody stuck on the side of the road, you pull up, you help them out, yeah? Give them advice, whatever. You know, they can vote you up as a helpful driver. Like, this guy's really cool, he taught me how to do this and this and this. Upvote him. So then that guy gets gravitated towards the servers that, you know, have people in it that want to play this game as it should be played. They want to play it for real, play it realistically as a sim. And then all the trolls will just gravitate away. So you'll have three categories of server. You'll have people who have been upvoted, the good drivers if you like, they're all on a set of servers with like-minded people. You'll have the troll servers where all the people who just dick around and crash into people and just have a laugh, they'll end up on their own servers. And then you'll have everybody else, you know, people new to the game who have not been voted either way. They're kind of neutral. That's your starting point. Do you see what I mean? They can do that. It's like a meritocracy system. The way you drive, the way you behave, the way you act with other players, other people vote on you. I don't know. Maybe that's one solution, because otherwise, if you do make a multiplayer, I agree. You're just going to have the idiots of the world trolling your game. It happens to me now. It happens to be in DayZ and Wasteland. You know, we stream, people join the server, they fuck it up for us. They're shooters, they're stream snipers, it happens. They blow things up in front of us. They run past shouting squirrel, you know? There's just people like that in the world, and you have to accept it. So the game mechanics need to be there. But for God's sake, get a team. Get a team on this multiplayer right now. Get some funding if you have to. You'll get the money back, I promise. Looks like we're getting off here. This junction here by the look of it. Yep, the sign for Algiers, that sounds about right. Still got 1000k left. These roads are quite ideal for having long talks with you guys. Gotta be careful here because they tend to come down this ramp and fly out. Watch, 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 watch. There you go. They always do that. Look, he didn't stop. I've seen that before. I am so wary of that one. There's some weird issue with the game. I don't know what it is, but I've seen that before now. I've had a coach just pull out and smack into me. They don't give way. I'm not sure why. Like I say, I think it's a bug. Thanks, mate. Very nice of you. Another MAN truck. This is a weird junction. Where is this? So we've got off and we're doing full circle. Okay. Looks like it's all A roads down to Biskra. Now Biskra's a proper town. It's got a discovery point there. So I might refuel and get that discovery point in Biskra. What do you think about what I've said? Yeah? The idea of the way they should be building this game, you know? The DLC, the microtransaction downloads, all the stuff I've mentioned, the servers and how the multiplayer would work. Speeding offence, whatever. Don't care on the research profile. What do you think about all that? Is it a good idea? Have you got any of your own good ideas? This is some nice scenery. Loving the palm trees and the sun. Look at the sunrays beaming through the palm trees. Brilliant graphics. Brilliant. Look at that bridge. It's so cool. I think we'll have a little view outside while it's so nice. Got to keep on steering, of course. Hey. I like this truck. Apart from the pulling power, I'm not sure if it's down to the truck or not, but... Wow, that is some bridge. I wonder if that really exists in Africa. That is enormous. Look at that. I'm quite happy that we came down this road because I get to see that. Otherwise, I'd just be driving along. I wouldn't even know I was in a massive bridge. Oh, look at that sunrise. Look at that. 7 AM in Africa. It is 18 degrees outside. I would have thought that it would be hotter than that by now in North Africa, but I could be wrong. Love it. Let's get a load of that view. Quite nice having a top spec MAN truck. Like I said, the last time I drove one of these things was when I started playing Euro Truck back in January, I think it was, and that was the first one I had. An MAN truck, and then I tried it in for a Scania, just went Scania. I went MAN because I just so happens where I started it was a MAN dealer, so I just picked the first thing I could get. With hindsight, I should probably just have done... I mean, if I was starting the game now, I would just go for quick deliveries. I would just take some random jobs. That way you get to experience different kinds of truck, and you also get to make little discoveries, which gives you more truck dealers. You know, that's the way that you should play the game. I'm fed up waiting. I know there's a junction coming up, but quite honestly, what that coach driver's doing reminds me of what a caravan driver would do. Looks fairly clear. Yep. Looks like we're good to go. Keep the momentum going. Yeah, I'm really liking this desert feel actually. Really liking it. The sun seems to have a certain kind of... I don't know, as if there's humidity in the atmosphere almost. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it has this strange radiant glow about it. I think I'm going to go for an overtake here. One car and one truck. How far can we push this? Very relaxed indicator noise. 2 cars and a truck. I think I better move over now. This is a massive road. Massive road. Do you know, if they built a map for Australia, I would imagine it you know, it would feel a bit like this. Some of the roads are just dead straight in Australia. Although the sand wouldn't be this yellow, it'd be more kind of orangey colour. I get to lose all my momentum because of one car. Thank you, sir. I don't see any posted speed limit, but all of the vehicles seem to be sticking to a very low speed limit. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Those guys should really be doing sort of 70 miles per hour, I would have thought. Or 60 down here. In the UK, this would be a 60 mile an hour road because there's only one carriageway. It's what you call a single, not a dual carriageway. So there's one lane in either direction, so that's single. And that would make it a 60 mile an hour limit normally. Now, if you have 2 lanes going both ways, that's a dual carriageway, we would then go up to 70. I don't know if that's how all countries do it, but that's how they do it here. Incidentally, the UK is about to trial a new motorway speed limit, which is pretty impressive, because I've never, in all the years I've been driving, the speed limit has never changed. Never changed. Not in my lifetime. It's 70 miles per hour on the motorway. They are trialling 80 mile an hour speed limits. To be honest, most people in the UK seem to drive at 80 anyway, so whether that means there'll just be fewer speeding tickets, or whether that means people are going to go, oh, the limit's 80, I'll do 90. Don't know. I think that's why they're doing a trial, to see if people do that. And personally, when I'm driving a car, 70 feels a bit slow, 80 feels about the right speed. I mean, given that these speed limits were put in place back in 60s, late 60s I think, and the cars back then, the braking technology, seriously, now you've got power assisted braking with ABS. It's just a world of difference. The stopping power now is not like what it was in the 60s. But back then, when they set the speed limit, most cars couldn't even get up to 70, so it's a bit of a do what speed you like kind of thing, because we know your car can't do it. Whereas now, even a standard family car can do best part of 100 miles an hour. I'd really like to get past this car, but can't do it because of that truck, so I'll slow down here and then I can hopefully get another run up. Kind of looks like a Range Rover in front. There's a Renault. A spit on your Renault. People are asking me, am I going to drive a Renault in the research profile? And the answer is yes, but I'm going to leave it to last. I'm going to drive every other truck I can find and then do the Renault when I have to. It's a bit like having a plate of food on your plate, lots of different stuff, and you just leave the thing that you don't want to do the most, you leave that to last. So yeah, if I had an order of trucks, it would be Scania first, probably a Volvo second at the moment, and after that I don't know, because that's why I'm doing this research. I'm going to assess the, I've driven the DAF, I'm driving a MAN now, I'm going to do an Iveco, a Majestic, and we're going to do the Renault, and then I'll be able to gauge better what my kind of top 3 are in order. At the moment it's Scania and Volvo. It'll take a lot to topple that, I think. You never know. Never say never. People say, why do you like Scanias so much? Because the Scanias, they're awesome, they just are. I can't really explain why they're so good, but they just are. And people say, yeah, but the Volvos have bigger engines. Well, yeah, they do. But why is that the measuring factor? I mean, surely it's an experience factor that counts. It's the feel of the truck, it's the look of the truck, it's the customizations you can get, it's the name, it's what it means, it's all of that wrapped up. It's a bit like saying, you know, do you prefer a BMW, an Audi, or BMW, an Audi, or a Mercedes-Benz? If you're going to buy a car, which one would you rather have? If you sat down and looked at them, you could probably find a car from each manufacturer. Bearing in mind, they've all got models in the different, you know, brackets, the different ranges, the family size saloon, the hatchbacks, the Tourers, the SUVs. They've all got models in that range, and some are slightly better than others, but not a massive amount. So why would you buy one over the other? Would it come down to the deal that you could get? Or would it come down to the name? Or is there something about it when you get in the damn thing? One of those things when you sit in it just feels right, and then another one you sit in it just doesn't. It's character almost, the thing that suits you. Do you see what I mean? There's more to buying a car than just, or even a truck, there's more to buying it than what's on paper. Having a bigger engine doesn't mean it's not everything. It's the feeling you get more than anything when you drive it. When you're sat in it driving it, it's the feeling that you get. That's what counts. I'm going to go for this. I'm hoping he doesn't speed up. Good stuff. I'm noticing my sleep thing is 2.5 hours. I'm going to have to start planning another rest stop, I think. Wow, this looks like a hellish bloody queue right here. Oh, we've got a van on the wrong side of the road. Oh dear. Don't you dare move. Don't you dare move. What are you even doing there? Rubbernecking going on in the car in front, just slowing down. Oh, we've got Biskra. Yeah, of course. We're almost upon the next town, so that'll do. We'll stop there. Seems like a good point to refuel, rest, and save, I think. Do all of those things. I haven't got much pulling power up this slight slope, but I'm going to do what I can to get past this traffic jam. If I can get this red car in the bag. Although I'm struggling now and he's starting to pull away. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I just can't get the speed at all. I just don't have the pulling power. Is this the engine? Because like I say, it's only 14-ton trail, so why the hell can't... Why don't I have any pulling power up here? It's supposedly 620 brake, 3,000 Newton meters. What the hell? Is it a gearing thing? If I was manual gears, would I fare a lot better? I don't know. You guys that have driven this truck, tell me. Let me know. I genuinely don't understand why it struggles up a hill. You know, that Volvo I had was pulling a 58-ton trailer. I didn't struggle as bad as this. I'm getting overtaken by family saloons now. Screw you! Looks like Biskra ahead. Look, having overtaken me, he then slams the brakes on. Whatever, dude. And then, I overtake you. I love the AI. It's such a pleb. They couldn't have written it in a more trolley fashion, a more inconsistent, jokey fashion than they did. All right, here we go. I'm gonna fuel up here because this is the nearest fuel point. Biskra discovered. Let's see how much fuel we used in that journey. Right, here we go. How many litres? 200, 300... 368 litres we've used. What? Total price, £39. Diesel price, 10p a litre? Oh my god. That doesn't even add up. Is that a bug in this mod? 368 litres for £39. That's insane. That's insane. I want to fill my car up here. It cost me the price of a Snickers. That can't be right. There must be something going on there. Can't see a bloody thing. Use my blind spot mirror. I can see a red car. He's not letting me out. Nope. For God's sake, give way, man. You can see what I'm trying to do here. No fucks given. Not a single fuck was given on that day. Such a funny phrase. Right, this welcome to Biskra with the giant wide palm trees and the little shanty towns. And have we got any engine wear? I think we'll nip in here and stop. Rather than the hotel, because it's just easier to turn around here. Iveco. An Iveco truck dealer. Do we change for an Iveco or do we carry on? That's a question for you guys, I think. Service. Hardly any damage at all. I've treated this thing with cotton wool. Let's pull up over here. So there you go. There's a question for you guys. I am now... Where am I? Pretty much halfway. I've driven from Rabat all the way down here to Biskra. And the rest of the journey is down to El Hammer. I'm at an Iveco dealer. Should I do the whole journey with the MAN truck, or should I switch to the Iveco to finish this journey off? Leave me your comments. I shall leave that decision with you guys, okay?